Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Việt Hoàng and I'm the contestant of Voice Your Mind. And today I'm going to discuss about the topic relating to the negative comments of people on the idols and celebrities. And my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. So, we are currently living in the era where social media is becoming more and more widespread. On the one hand, it can bring a lot of benefits relating to communication, but the downside here is the fact it's because of the privacy rules here is so everything happens here can be considered anonymous. Okay, we agree that people do have names, do have avatar, but that those things cannot be confirmed. And that is why many people have taken advantage of this to, make any statements they want about anyone that they love or hate. And because of that, many people have to suffer. Okay, another fact here is that according to UNICEF and WHO, the depression and anxiety rate in the young people are increasing at an alarming rate. And another fact is the age of idols nowadays is becoming younger and younger. And combine all these three facts, we cannot deny the fact that the idols nowadays are under a higher risk of receiving negative comments. So what does that mean? It means that a question has been raised on whether those negative comments can be considered as like freedom of speech, or is it a toxic behavior? And personally, I agree with the latter because of the following reasons. Okay, before I head into the main point, I want to clear the definition of like negative comments because I don't see them as a constructive feedback, because constructive feedback is our objective opinion on on the work on the content of those idols, and we still make those comments in a respectful way, but the negative comments normally shown in a disrespectful. And another thing is that they normally aims at the personality, at the identity of that person, not the work that they make. So because of that, I will have the first argument relating that the freedom of speech has their own legal and moral boundary, and that boundary is the line between the work and the person. What does that mean? Okay, first, we all know that we have already have some regulation about the freedom of speech, but another thing is that we also have regulation in the civil code in the article 34 stating that an individual's honors, dignity, and reputation are inviolable and protected by laws. So what does that mean? It means that the freedom of speech will allow us to say, okay, this music is bad, this music is maybe not catchy enough for me, but we cannot base on that to say that this person is talentless, this person is useless, because that is against the laws. So what I want to say here is that this action cannot be considered a free speech, but instead we are committing a legal violation. And that also means that we are normalize the insults and turning people into a punching bags, for example. Okay, so but now let's move to the second argument. It's about the freedom of speech was originally considered as a shield for the powerless, not a weapon for a whole force of people to attacking a single individuals. So admittedly, the idol can be considered powerful, rich, and they have a lot of fame, but people always have feelings, and standing in front of the force of the anonymous individuals, there's nothing they can do. I mean, they cannot report every single one to the authority, right? So because of that, they will have to suffer from the negative feelings, and there's nothing they can do for that. And you guys may have heard of the case of a Korean singer in 2019, right? So because she publicized her relationship with her lovers, so she was boycotted by the whole online community. So because of that, she cannot handle the negative feelings for herself, and finally it had resulted into a fatal consequences. So what does that mean? It means that this action means that we are misusing the free speech, because the words are strong, and when it's used in the bad ways, it can create violence, and for some people they can be considered as a torture, and we will lead them to the breakdown point. So in conclusion, I just want to say that the way most people comment negatively nowadays cannot be considered as a freedom of speech. But because why? The first one is that a freedom of speech doesn't allow us to aim at the honor, at the dignity, and the identity of other people. We can only comment on the work of them. And another thing is that it was originally created as a shield, not a weapon. And therefore, because it has been used as a weapon from the whole time until now, it is a toxic behavior, because it is like take advantage of the cancel culture to harm a specific individual. And that's why I believe it is a toxic behavior, not a freedom of speech. That's all. Thank you.